Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Minakshi Sood. I'm a consultant dermatologist and a laser specialist working in Dr. Vikram Sood Skin Clinic, Jalandhar, Punjab. As we are all fighting this pandemic of COVID-19 infection and we are all locked down inside our house, I thought let me take this opportunity to share with you a few simple skincare regimen which we can all understand and follow while we are at home. In our everyday lifestyle, because of so many factors like sun exposure, because of UV exposure, because of dust pollution, long screen hours, spending a lot of time working in the office, lack of sleep, even irregular eating habits, so many of these things take a toll on our body, and similarly they start showing on our skin in the form of dullness of skin, early signs of lines, wrinkles, early aging, even pigmentation, and sometimes even it can cause hormonal disturbances that can lead to breakouts. So, following a basic skincare regimen always goes a long way in taking care of your skin, and this should be done like on an everyday basis, not something which we should do only when we have some skin issues. So, as we all know, skin is the largest organ of our body. It is the protective layer of our entire body. Hence, it's very, very important. It is a mirror of our internal health. It's very important to take care of our skin. The simple regimen to follow every day, it's something which should have like three or four basic simple steps. A very long list of doing one thing after the other, say like 10 steps, we would not be able to follow every day. So basic three or four steps I'm going to tell you. The first thing is cleansing. Yes, when we choose a cleanser, it is important to choose the right cleanser. It would be the best to see your dermatologist who will be able to assess your skin and help you choose the right cleanser for your skin type. However, if we have to choose a cleanser for ourselves, how do we go about it? We have to choose a very mild cleanser which is pH balanced. Now, what is this about the pH of our skin? Our skin has an acidic pH. It is about 5.5, and this acid mantle of our skin helps to protect. It acts like a barrier. It protects the skin from external factors, injuries, and even invasions of bacteria, fungi, etc. So a cleanser should be pH balanced. Any cleanser which contains a high amount of soap is going to be alkaline, and this will change the pH of your skin. So a sulfate free, a SLS free, a paraben free cleanser is what one should go for. Of course, there are cleansers available depending on the skin type, whether you have an oily skin, you have a combination skin, or a dry skin. But basically, when you choose a cleanser, look for these factors. Cleanse your skin twice a day, once in the morning and once before going to bed, definitely. Next step would be moisturization. All of us need moisturizers, no matter what the skin type is. Even an oily skin does need a very light moisturizer every day. Now, for a dry skin, we can use a heavy moisturizer, which not only locks the moisture of the skin, it also provides moisturizer from outside, like an occlusive moisturizer, like a humectant. For a oily skin, we can choose a light moisturizer, like we get non-comedogenic gel-based moisturizers. The third step would be to use a sunscreen. Now let me elaborate a bit on this. Now our skin is exposed to UV rays even when we are inside. The daylight lamps, the screens, laptop screens, mobile screens, they all emit UV rays. Hence, we should use a sunscreen every day even while we are indoors. And the sunscreen should be applied liberally on all exposed areas, preferably 15 minutes before we step out, and it should be applied in a good quantity. Should be reapplied every 2 to 3 hours. A sunscreen for our Indian weather should have an SPF of at least 30. It should be a broad spectrum sunscreen which protects not only against ultraviolet light but also against infrared and the visible light range. It should also preferably contain a physical sunscreen such as titanium dioxide or zinc oxide in it. Uh, the next step before going to bed, always remove your makeup, clean your face with your regular cleanser, and it would be advisable to use a vitamin C containing serum, because vitamin C is a very good antioxidant. It's an anti-aging preparation. It also helps to remove mild imperfections like mild dullness, mild pigmented scars from the skin. And over the vitamin C serum, one can apply a good moisturizer before going to bed. Okay. Now always after bathing, dry your skin very well with a towel and oil your skin, especially the body folds. Now for this we can choose a vegetable oil, like I especially recommend coconut oil, especially over the folds such as the groins, the underarms and in between the toes. Because what happens is these are the areas where moisture gets retained, and oil acts like a protective film. It coats these folds and prevents sweating from actually macerating the skin. Unlike what we commonly think that using a talcum or a dusting powder will be better, it's not so. Applying oil on these areas is the best way to prevent fungal infections, bacterial infections, because oil actually seals the area, and even minor cuts and abrasions get sealed. So it does not act like a portal of entry for infections. Especially with this, we are heading towards summer and the sweaty weather. So always remember, after bathing, dry your body well and oil your folds. Okay. Uh, Never ever use a cream without consulting your dermatologist. Your doctor is a specialist who can assess your skin type, who can suggest the right products for you. However, if you have to ever use a cosmetic or a product, always try to patch test it before your ear, behind your ear. Leave it there, apply it nicely. Check after 48 hours if there's any redness, if it's taken well on your skin. That's a simple way for you to test a product at home, especially if you have a sensitive skin. Do not ever get tempted to use any of the so-called fairness creams, because they all contain bleach to a certain extent, and it's not good for long-term use because it makes your skin sensitive, and anyway the results are temporary. We are not going to get fairer than what our natural complexion is. It's very important to understand this, because everyone, especially in our Indian subcontinent, wants to become fair. So we have to get over this fetish of getting fairer, because that's where we try and use different products and spoil our skin. Even the creams that are very popular with so many beauty parlors, or even we get from the chemists, they contain steroids. How do you know that? Because once you start using it, within a week you will notice that it causes tremendous fairness of the skin. There is a redness, there is a glow, and that's because it contains this topical steroid. And on long term use, it thins out your skin, it makes it very sensitive and red. It will start reacting to sunlight, to your normal cleansers, to heat. You see these tiny reddish bluish veins on the surface of your skin, what we call telangiectasia. You can have breakouts, acne, so much so that you even start seeing hair growth on the face because of long-term use of topical steroid containing creams. So never ever use any cream on your face without consulting your doctor. Now let me discuss with you a few home care tips for glowing skin. Now this is something which has been there as a part of our tradition, which we've inherited from our mothers and our grandmothers, which they've been using for like so many years. But due to commercialization, due to availability of so many chakachak products in nice packings, we've actually forgotten these traditional skincare products which are available right in our kitchen. So let's revive those and talk about a few. First would be raw milk, that is kacha doodh. It's a very very good cleanser because it contains lactic acid and it's pH balanced. So you can wash your face every day with kacha doodh. The second would be yogurt. Now yogurt again is very good because it contains lactic acid. It is a mild exfoliant too. It is a moisturizer also, so it's very good for dry and sensitive skin. Then besan, gram flour, that is, it is a very good cleanser again. It is an exfoliant and it can be very commonly used in packs that we can make at home. It can act like a scrub and also as a it is good for oily skin, so it helps to remove the excess oil from the skin and gives a nice glow to the skin. Lemon, yes, lemon should be used in very less quantity. Do not go overboard because it contains citric acid. It may cause irritation to some patients, especially those who have a sensitive skin. However, we can add 1 or 2 drops of lemon to our packs and mix it and get the benefits of, because lemon is citric acids, and so basically lactic acid, citric acid, they're all alpha hydroxy acids and they act like peeling agents and they give a nice glow and a radiant skin. Among fruits, papaya, yes, it contains papain, which is very good as it helps to remove the scars and blemishes. Cucumber, yeah, grated cucumber is good. It is pH balanced. It's a cooling agent, so it can be again used as a cleanser, a scrub, or it can be added to packs when we want to when we want to use these homemade packs. Turmeric, yes. The more I talk about it, it's going to be less. Now, this turmeric or curcumin has been a part of everyday skincare regimen for our mothers and our grandmothers. Now, even in the Western countries, they are researching a lot on curcumin and they've found it to be a tyrosinase inhibitor. So, what it does, it basically blocks the pathway where melanin is synthesized, and it helps to lighten the spots and helps to even lighten the complexion. Yeah, that's about it. Honey, yes, honey is a very good moisturizer and an antibacterial agent. So let me tell you a few homemade packs that we can all use. If you have an oily skin, then it's best to mix besan, that's gram flour, with 1 or 2 drops of lemon and add rose water to it. Make a nice paste out of it. You may even like to add a pinch of turmeric to it. Wash your face well first and then apply a thick layer of this paste to your entire face, and with your fingers gently rub it into the skin in clockwise motion, and it acts like a scrub. It exfoliates the dead skin. Then leave it there for a couple of minutes and wash it off with lukewarm water. This can be done maybe once or twice a week. It helps to get rid of excess oil. It acts like an exfoliant, removes dead skin. If you have a dry skin, then you can use cream, that's milk cream. Mix it with honey and make a paste of it, and in a similar manner wash your face and rub this paste gently over the skin. Leave it for a couple of minutes and wash it off. A fruit pack would you can make a fruit pack at home by mixing some ripe banana, adding papaya to it, blending all of it with cream, and adding a few drops of 1 or 2 drops of lemon over it, and again making a thick paste, and then it can be applied over the entire face, left over 10-15 minutes, and then washed off. For someone who has a very sensitive skin, now we have patients who tell us that I have a very sensitive skin, nothing suits on my skin. What should I use? How should I go about taking care of my skin? So if you have a sensitive skin, you can use this pack which contains chandan, that's sandalwood powder, Mix it with grated cucumber and add a few drops of rose water on it. Now this chandan is a very good skincare product which helps to lighten the skin, and it also reduces the blemishes and marks away. Grated cucumber acts like a cooling agent, so it will go well with those who have a sensitive skin. And yes, Multani Mitti, that's Fuller's earth as we call it medically. It's very good for oily skin. You can mix it with rose water and apply a thick paste. Use it as a scrub, leave it as a pack, and wash maybe once or twice a week. Very good for teenage patients who started developing mild acne, who started having oily T-zone, oily skin. It's good for them. Now, I'm a big fan of coconut oil. The elderly mature skin, which tends to become dry, especially women around the menopause with hypothyroidism and very dry skin, before going to bed, make it a routine to apply coconut oil all over your face, neck, and even on your body if you wish to. Massage the coconut oil. In fact, virgin coconut oil is the best. You can massage it for about maybe 2-3 minutes. Get it nicely into all your skin pores and just leave it overnight. Just sleep with it. However, this is just for not for those who have breakouts. I'm talking about the ones who have dry skin. It's a very good moisturizer. Now, lastly, after we've done local products for applying on the skin, let's talk about a few food items which are good for a nice, glowing, radiant skin. So again, at the top of the list would be turmeric. Now, we are blessed as Indians because turmeric is a part of our kitchen. We use it every day in almost all our dishes. So we've been blessed with the benefits of turmeric since the time we are born. Turmeric is an antioxidant. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It is even proven to have anti-cancer properties. It helps in the repair of tissues, especially the healthy doodh is supposed to be very good if consumed at night because it repairs a wear and tear. So not only for bones, muscles, even for the skin, because the skin is also undergoing wear and tear because of the external factors every day. So it helps in repairing the tissues of our body. So haldi should be an integral part of our everyday meal. Second would be nuts, especially walnuts. They are very good because they contain essential fatty acids, vitamin E. They are a good source of proteins. See, anything which is good for your general health is definitely going to be good for your skin. But here I'm going to discuss a few things which are especially beneficial for our skin. So after nuts, the next in terms of vegetables, the sweet potato, avocado, the bell peppers, carrots, they contain beta carotene. So beta carotene actually gets converted into vitamin A in our body. Hence they are very good for the skin. It is an internal sunscreen. It protects our skin from sunlight. Yes, protein rich food like broccoli, even soya, they are very good for the skin because protein is very good for skin, hair and nails. Tomatoes, tomatoes contain lycopene, which is again an internal sunscreen. So lycopene is good for your skin, so have a lot of tomatoes. The soya like I mentioned earlier is very good source of protein, but it also contains the soya isoflavones, which are especially good for women around the menopausal age group because it helps to get rid of these menopausal symptoms as well, and it is a very good, it helps in dry skin. It acts like an internal moisturizer for your skin. I mentioned about turmeric, so that's about it. And among the non-vegetarian food, we can put eggs and fish top in the list because they contain proteins and essential fatty acids which are again very good for the skin. So I hope these simple home care products and home natural things can be of use to you, and you will definitely take advantage of our natural products and our natural food ingredients in getting a gradient skin. Thank you so much.